All right. Hello, good day, and then welcome. This is group one doing a presentation on inclusiveness. Okay, and we are looking at the sociocultural learning theories. We are looking at the social development theory and the social learning theory and the observational learning theory. Okay, so from the picture that is shown on the screen, we can see a classroom with the people that are with students grouped, okay, in fives and fours, and we can see disabled students also being included in the same classroom. And this is what we call inclusiveness. Okay, we bring people together regardless of their background, their affiliation to family, or even their physical ability. So you can see clearly from the picture, there are students in wheelchairs that we cannot characterize quote unquote normal, but then they are being added to a normal classroom. Okay, next slide. All right, so what is inclusive mathematics education? Okay, it ensures that all learners, regardless of ability, the language or background, actively participates in learning. So it doesn't matter the background the child is coming from. It doesn't matter the learning or the language. Okay, the language barrier. If it's a mathematics classroom, the language there is equal to everyone, and so we include everybody. And that is by Taylor and Francis 2023. Now, there are major learning theories that go along with inclusive mathematics education. And we have theories like situated learning theory. We have constructivism. Please move on to the previous slide, please. I heard somebody talking. I thought you said I should stop. Okay. And these learning theories provide a framework for understanding how students construct mathematical language. Okay. All right. So next slide. Okay. So there have been recent research, okay, and these research emphasizes on cultural responsiveness that is situated and social interaction and their approaches in mathematics classroom. Okay, and this is by Bastian et al. 2025. Now we are going to look at the overview of major learning theories. Okay, so we are going to look at the sociocultural learning theory. We are going to look at the social development theory, the social learning theory, and the observational learning theory in this presentation. Okay, so what is situated learning theory? Okay, we have situated learning theory, situated cognition. And these theories highlight the importance of interaction, the context, modeling, and culture in mathematics learning. Now, how do we teach mathematics in a senior high school, in a senior high school inclusive classroom? Okay, so inclusive mathematics classrooms, the first thing we need to do is to accommodate diverse learners. That means that all learners coming from all walks of life, it doesn't matter whom they are, it doesn't matter the background they are coming from, and it does not matter what their language is. We include all of them in a mathematics classroom. And then the second one, we encourage participation and collaboration. So we encourage that these students work together to solve problems, to think critically, okay, to include logical reasoning. Okay, participation is very important because what one child can do would go further if three children are doing it or three students are doing it. Again, we use culturally relevant and contextualized examples, as we've always been stating that we learn from the known to unknown. And so if you want to have an inclusive classroom in the senior high school, you need to make sure that you are associating everything the students are learning to what they know culturally and what they are relevant to the society as well. And then we have teacher competence and adaptive instructions are critical in inclusive setting. In as much as we are focusing on the learner in an inclusive classroom, the teacher is also very important, because if they do not have the training, the necessary training to foster these programs, then it's going to be moot, because if the facilitator does not know exactly what should be done in the classroom becomes chaotic. Okay. These points are by Bastian et al. 2025. Next. Theories, okay, social and cultural. So it's in its name, sociocultural learning theory, sociocultural theory of development. That's a person's cognitive development largely is influenced by their surrounding culture. And we can see that mainly by the constructivist point of view, that our surroundings also have a say in how we are brought up educationally. Right. Next slide. Okay, so culturally sustaining pedagogy improves engagement and achievement in mathematics. Okay, so if you have a culture that sustains, if you have a culture that is devoid of chaos, if you have a culture that is like helps in education, then it improves pedagogy, because it is we say that culture is a way that we can, cultural curriculum is a way that we can pass on heritage and knowledge from one generation to the other. And if you have a stable culture, then these knowledge and heritage could be passed on safely. And then what are the implications? So teachers should connect mathematics to students' culture and social experiences. So we need to make sure that whatever we are learning in the classroom, we relate to what the students are most comfortable with in the society, cultural experiences as well. Right. Next slide. Okay. And then we have culturally sustaining. Okay. Culturally sustaining pedagogy improves engagement and achievement in mathematics, just as I said earlier, and the implication that teachers should connect mathematics to students' culture and social experiences. Okay, let's move on. All right, so we are going to look at the social development theory, and my colleague will take it from here. Thank you.
And now we are going to look at the social development theory. And as we can see, this is a social environment where you see the learners seated together with their facilitator. And if you look at the environment, it's like they are in a group. And if we talk about social coming together, you can see from the picture that this is not an idol, this is not an individual thing that they are doing, but this is a group thing. And as we can take the concept, the lexical meaning of the word, social means coming together. So that is what the picture depicts. But let us move on to look at the other aspects of the content. Now, social development theory, what is this theory about? Now, the theory explains that cognitive development occurs through guided interaction. So, what we mean by that? We are saying that for you to develop socially, your cognitive, that's the mind, it comes with interaction with objects in the environment. You practice, you associate, you play with friends, and you interact. So that will help you to have your cognitive develop. Now, let's look at peer collaboration as we saw in the picture. So it's a peer collaboration and teacher scaffolding support deeper mathematical reasoning. So let's look at the term peer collaboration. Means people of the same age bracket coming together. And when we talk about a scaffolding, it's like a temporary support that helps learners to learn. So we are talking about peers coming together and a teacher providing a support that will help them to have deeper understanding of mathematical concepts. Let's move on to inclusive classroom. So what does inclusive classroom. So that benefit comes when teachers intentionally structure collaboration problem-solving activity, and that was by Bessian et al. 2025. So collaborative help in problem-solving activities, as we saw. Now, let us look at observational learning theory. Now, when we say observation, what do we mean? You see, you have a critical look of something, and so let us look at the picture. We have attention, then motivation, then we have retention, and then reproduction. So observation, you see that the first picture, when you observe the picture down, let me see. When you see the picture down, you see that the observation with the two gentlemen down, one is marching from up to down, and then the other arrow is showing to the right hand side. So I think time will not permit me to explain the video very well, but because it's picture, so you can see and then interpret the meaning. Now, let's look at the observational learning theory. The observational learning theory occurs when students learn by watching and demonstration. So we say this theory is when allow students to watch. Let's say you are going to have an experiment where you bring, maybe you say when you put salt in water, it dilutes. So this practice, you have to bring red salt to the classroom, you add water to it. So let the people demonstrate, let the people observe that this is what is happening. So in senior high school mathematics, how do we do that? Teachers model procedure and reasoning. So teachers, you have to model the procedure and then the reasoning for the learners to participate. Peer demonstrated multiple solution methods. So you will see that there are so many ways to come out with solutions to problems. So if a child A says that I want to do this, a child B also wants to use a different demonstration to arrive at the same method. Let's say you want to cook and you want to demonstrate how to do. There are so many ways you can do to cook. So here demonstrate multiple solution methods. You just want your banku. So any way that the child goes to bring out your banku for you and it's good for you to consume, let the children go through the multiple solutions. Let's look at the continuation of the theory. We say effective observation strengthens conceptual understanding. So we are saying that when you observe the concept, you grab the concept, you see the skills. The skills will enhance your understanding. I practice. So it enhances my understanding. It won't be like somebody said it and I'm trying to figure it out, because I demonstrate. It will help me. Now, what are the implications for we as teachers in the beam? They say we should use work example and peer demonstration in inclusive classroom. So they have to use work examples and peer demonstration in inclusive classroom. So work that we have already done, work that we've done, we have to come to the classroom and demonstrate. Like, this is how it is done. Most of the time, before you come and demonstrate something in the classroom, you have to rehearse. So you've done the thing already, so you come to the classroom and do the same so that you will not deceive the learners. We'll move on and we'll go to the situated learning theory, and my brother will do something. Mass will continue shortly for us to come to the end of our presentation for today. Thank you.
Hello, I'm talking about the situated learning theory. Situated learning theory argues that learning occurs with authentic content. Yes, so learning occurs through contents about something, and mathematics should be connected to real life situations such as finance, measurement, and data analysis. So, measure our daily life like measuring the height of someone, the weight of something, and data analysis. That's the great figures. It's all about mathematics. Next slide. Hello. Hello. Yeah, situated learning theory. Research shows contextualized instruction, conceptual understanding. Yeah. So instructions from the teacher about the concepts of some mathematics improve the conceptual understanding. Situated cognition. Situated cognition emphasizes that knowledge is inseparable from the activity and context which is learned. Mathematics understanding becomes meaningful when embedded in practical and social works. So this time, learning mathematics, like maybe the formulas, learning the theory without applying it, that doesn't make mathematics meaningful. So mathematics understanding becomes meaningful when embedded in practical and social context. So using mathematics in our daily lives, in our social works, that makes mathematics meaningful. Next.